How much will SSI get now? Supplemental Security Income. I have all the details and what you need to know right here in the video, so let's get right into it. All right, now in this video, I want to specifically focus on SSI. I do know that there are a lot of you here in the community that receive other fixed income benefits like Social Security, retirement, SSDI, survivors, VA, and RRB. In fact, I was just out yesterday in a dedicated video for all of these beneficiaries as well, so if you haven't seen that video yet, I would highly recommend going back and checking out that video. However, in this one, I do want to specifically focus on SSI, Supplemental Security Income, because I do know that there are a lot of you right here in the community that do receive SSI. So let's get into it and talk about all the details and the very important numbers that everybody wants to know. Let's jump into it. However, really quickly before we do, thank you so much for joining me. If you're new here or if you haven't done so yet, please make sure to subscribe by hitting the button right down below the video. As I am your one and only daily advocate, I'm here for you each and every day, doing all this research, breaking it all down into these short videos, and watching everything as it is hitting the wire every single day, as we're getting a lot of new announcements literally every single day, a lot of very important details, and all this new information that is going to directly impact your fixed income benefit for everybody that I listed at the beginning of this video, and of course, anything coming out of the administration, the president, lawmakers, Congress, and anything that Congress is currently working on right now, including all these bills, packages, proposals, amendments, reform to these very important programs, as well as anything revolving around money, raises to benefits, checks, stimulus, or anything else like that. Of course, I want to make sure that you know about that immediately as well. So again, thank you so much for joining me. Please remember, I am here for you in any way that I possibly can be. Please make sure to subscribe down below so you don't miss any videos going forward, as it's only going to get even more busy as we continue to move forward over the next few weeks and the next few months. So again, thanks so much. I'm here for you in any way that I can be. Subscribe down below, and let's get into it and talk about the very important numbers specifically pertaining to SSI, Supplemental Security Income, and what your new benefit could look like based on some new numbers that were just released. All right, so let's go through the numbers here, because I think all of us at the end of the day want to know, what are the numbers? Just tell me the numbers. That's all I really want to know, right? Well, I totally agree with you. So let's talk through the numbers here, and I want to break this all down for you, as well as after I give you the numbers, I want to talk through some other details that we certainly need to be aware of as well, because unfortunately, these are some other kind of outlying factors that we need to take into consideration. All right, so just a couple days ago, we got the latest reading on inflation. Now, this is actually a very important number, not only because it's going to give us a reading on inflation, but this is actually the first number that's going into the books officially. This one is in the books now when it comes down to your raise for your SSI benefits. So this is actually a very important number. Now, I've said this before in other videos, but I want to throw this out there really quickly once again. Remember, the third quarter of the year are the very important numbers as it pertains to your monthly benefit and the raise that you're going to be getting: July, August, and September. Well, guess what? We just got a couple days ago the latest inflation data for the month of July. So this is why this number is so important. We got puzzle piece number 1 out of puzzle pieces number 3, right? So there's 3 total puzzle pieces here. We've already got one of them. So we're starting to paint the picture a little bit here as far as how much your raise is going to be. So let me break down the numbers here and give you the latest estimates as far as what analysts and experts are actually anticipating right now as far as how much your raise is going to be going forward in 2023 as a result of the annual cost of living adjustment, otherwise known as COLA raise. Here's what it's coming down to. So the headline number just a couple days ago came in at 8.5%. However, the CPIW came in at 9.1%. CPIW is the one that we want to watch because that is the one that directly relates to your monthly benefit and how much you're going to get as a raise. However, even with that being said, the Senior Citizens League, again, a very big, powerful advocacy group, which also looks out for fixed income beneficiaries, is projecting a 9.6% raise to monthly benefits. Okay, now let's run the calculations on it. So let's say that they are accurate and the raise actually comes out to be 9.6%, which, by the way, quick side note, that would be 3.7% higher than what we got this year in 2022 at 5.9%. So 3.7%. I mean, even before this year alone, a 3.7% raise on its own would have been pretty significant, right? However, now we're potentially looking at a 9.6% raise. So with that being said, let me give you the numbers behind this. So here's how we run this math on this. Super easy stuff. Basically, just take $841. So $841 is the maximum benefit. And again, not everybody that receives SSI definitely gets $841. I see some people down below say, I get 563, I get 663, I get 701, things like this. I see all kinds of different numbers, but I'm running this calculation off of the maximum benefit, okay? So that's what I'm running this number off of, is the maximum benefit as of right now in 2022, $841. So when we take 841 multiplied by 1.096 gives us a number of $921 and some change. But again, I'm just rounding it again down to the nearest dollar, which brings us up to $921, which would actually be a raise of $80 per month. That's a pretty substantial raise, right? However, check this out. $80 every single month over the course of the entire year is actually a raise of $960 throughout the course of the year. So check that out. Right now, the maximum benefit is $841. If you get a raise of $80 a month or 9.6% for SSI, supplemental security income, you'd be looking at $80 per month, $960 per year. So what that actually comes out to be is essentially you'd be getting basically like the same as like 13 payments throughout the year, even though there's obviously 12 months in the year. Obviously, it's all spread out between each month. It's not like you get an extra payment, but it's all kind of averaging out to virtually an extra $960 payment. That's pretty nice, right? So I guess when you look at it that way, it's actually pretty substantial. However, I totally do understand that this is all related to inflation, and realistically, on a monthly basis, all of us are probably paying significantly more than just $80 a month more on the simple things like, I don't know, energy bills, utility bills, housing, rent, mortgage, cell phone bill, gas in your car, insurance on your car, food. I mean, seriously, it all adds up, and it's probably significantly more than $80 per month. But at the end of the day, this is what it's looking like right now for SSI beneficiaries. All right, so now that we have the numbers that we're kind of projecting as of right now, let me break this down for you because there is one other kind of lurking little menace out there in the woods, and we want to kind of find out who this guy is. Well, it happens to be SNAP benefits. For those of you that are receiving SSI, supplemental security income, I hope that you're also receiving SNAP benefits. If you're not, you should be applying, because here's the thing. If you're receiving SSI, you're pretty much already in the door for getting SNAP benefits, food stamps. You probably already know this, and you probably are already receiving SNAP benefits. If you're not, please apply, because you're pretty much going to get benefits, okay? I can't say guaranteed because I don't know your exact situation, but the situation is pretty much anybody that receives SNAP benefits or SSI, you're pretty much grandfathered in to get all kinds of assistance from like a lot of different programs, okay? I would have to go through and count all the different programs. There's multiple different programs you can get just by receiving SSI and or SNAP benefits. So if you're receiving SSI and you don't have SNAP benefits yet, please make sure to apply for that. You can simply look it up online and apply at your local office. You can even call them to do it. But anyway, with that being said, we all recognize the little menace that we don't like is the SNAP benefits that will actually be reduced as a result of your SSI benefits going up. So I totally understand this. I see it down below in the comment section all the time, and I completely recognize that, yes, this is one of those unfortunate parts where as a result of the annual cost of living adjustment and you do get a raise to your benefits, all of a sudden they think, wow, you're rich, you're loaded, you've got so much extra money, that means we're going to reduce your benefit. That seems really logical to me, right? Yeah, not. Anyway, so that's just the fact of the matter. That is something that happens. Again, it still confuses me beyond belief why somebody that's receiving SSI less than $1,000 a month and receiving food assistance, food stamps, would have their benefits reduced when they get a little boost to benefits. Doesn't make any sense to me. If somebody's significantly below the poverty line, why are we reducing their benefit when it comes to food? Again, I don't get it. But again, I'm not the person making up the rules here. I'm just simply a logical thinker. And when I think about this, logically, I think this doesn't make any sense in my head, but that's just me, right? So anyway, this is one of those things that we all need to take into consideration is that yes, in the event that you do get a pretty substantial raise, and I can pretty much tell you this much, I don't know what the actual raise is going to be quite yet. We're still about 2 months out from when the official raise will be actually announced out of the Social Security Administration. However, I can tell you this much. It's going to be a pretty substantial raise, whether it's 8%, 8.5, 9, 9.1, 9.6, 10%, something like around this range. I don't think it's going to be 10%, but easily, 8% to maybe 9.5%, I think would be easily reasonable. Regardless, that's going to be a very substantial raise compared to what we've seen previously over the last several years here. So it's going to be big. We already know that for sure. And as a result of that, we do completely recognize that, yes, unfortunately, SNAP benefits will be reduced. So I don't know. It just seems to me like they should add some kind of clause into the SNAP program that says, hey, if somebody's receiving SSI, if their income is below the federal poverty line, gee, I don't know, maybe we shouldn't reduce their benefits, right? The SNAP program. So anyway, just keep that in mind. I do know that the vast majority of you / all of you already know this, but again, just have to throw it out there as well because it's something we need to take into consideration is that in the event of your $80 or thereabout raise, again, it's going to be a little bit different, give or take, depending on how much you actually do receive. I was calculating this number based on the maximum benefit for SSI as of right now in 2022, the $841. I was using that as the baseline to calculate from. And again, if your benefits are lower, then again, your raise is going to be lower, right? It's all based on percentages and calculating with decimals. That's why it's different. So anyway, hope that breaks it down for you. But this is what we're looking at as of right now. But again, anything could change between now and when we get that official announcement in mid-October. We could be seeing all kinds of different raises here. We could be bumping that number up from 9.6. We could possibly be pushing 10%. We could bring it down to 9%, 8.5. Depends on what the inflation does between the next couple months here. August inflation and, of course, September inflation, which will also be released in mid-September for August and mid-October for September. So we have a couple more months to go here until we get the official announcement. But either way, this is what the preliminary numbers are looking like as of right now. It's pretty substantial. Let's be real with ourselves. 9.6% is a pretty substantial raise. The biggest raise that we will see since 1981 if this actually does go through. So yeah, it's going to be big. I can tell you that much. We just don't know the exact percentage quite yet. Either way, I'll be here for you no matter what, breaking it all down for you, helping you out in any way that I possibly can. So again, if you haven't done so yet, please make sure to subscribe down below. It's totally free to do so. Also, share the video with your friends, family, social media, and go back and check out some of the other thousands and thousands of videos right here on the channel. And go back and check out some of the other videos from this past week here. A lot of cool stuff going on. And if you fall in the right ones, make sure to leave those comments down below as I'm giving away not only bundles of cash, but I'm giving away a bunch of really cool stuff. Hundreds and hundreds of people are getting things literally every single week. So anyway, enjoy your day. Thanks again for watching. Subscribe, share, and go back and check out those other videos. Until next time, have a good one, and I'll catch you again later in the next video.